For 3,000 years, humanity has been mesmerized by a single image. A giant wooden horse. A deadly gift. A bloody night that wiped out a great civilization. We all know the story. The Greeks' feigned retreat. The Trojans naively dragged the horse into the city. And then, the end. But, let's pause for a moment.
As we survey the topography, the strategic genius of Troy's location becomes clear.
Would the warriors of Troy, who had steadfastly defended their city for 10 long years, against the most powerful army of the ancient world, really be so naive as to trust an inanimate wooden horse? Or is there a harsher historical truth behind that horse? A secret weapon that poets deliberately concealed within their verses?
Look at this inscription here. I think it confirms the date.
Yes, the script matches the early dynastic period. I'll make a note.
Today, join Legends, Rewritten as we peel back the mythical layers of the Iliad. Using the lens of modern archaeology and military strategy, to uncover the true identity of the wooden horse.
Carved into the very stones
Welcome to the
of their
declassified
temples,
file.
These patterns
Troy.
symbolize the endless labyrinth of civilization.
The Trojan War had dragged on for 10 years.
Men of Achaia,
The Greek
tomorrow
army,
we breach
despite their
these
mighty
walls.
forces,
Prepare yourselves, for glory awaits.
and the invulnerable demigod Achilles, remained helpless against King Priam's impenetrable walls.
Shields up! Don't break formation!
Brute force had failed. They needed a different weapon. Deception. Odysseus, the wiliest of the Greeks, conceived a bold idea. They built a massive, hollow wooden horse. Hiding their most elite warriors inside.
Burn the camp! To the ships! Move quickly!
The rest of the fleet retreated. Hiding behind the island of Tenedos. Leaving behind a mysterious gift.
We're finally
The
free!
Trojans believed this was an offering of atonement to the gods.
It's over!
Beware of the horse! The city is in danger!
A fatal mistake.
Move back, Cassandra! Rejoice!
Ignoring every warning, they dragged the enemy right into the heart of their city. That night, drunk on victory wine, the horse's belly opened. The city gates were thrown wide open, and Troy was engulfed in flames. But wait, let's look at this story from a military perspective. Why would the Trojans break their own city gates?
We built this wall with our hands!
To drag in a strange
Now
object
we
from the
tear
enemy?
it down. The commander must be mad.
In wartime, rule number 1 is, trust nothing left by the enemy. The Romans later had a saying, Timeo denaus et dona ferentes. Meaning, I fear the Greeks even when they bear gifts. Many modern historians argue that Homer, the author of the epic, was a poet, not a historian.
By the Furies,
He
my
needed
soul
drama.
is torn
He needed
asunder.
divine
A
intervention.
scratch, good sir. The audience awaits your tumble.
Move up, keep moving!
So if we remove the divine element,
What's there? Blank, blank.
what was the horse really? Archaeological evidence points to a more realistic direction. A machine designed for destruction, not as a gift.
The mighty trebuchet relied on a complex interplay between the fulcrum, the massive counterweight, and the sling mechanism.
The most realistic hypothesis is that the wooden horse was actually a battering ram. In the Bronze Age, siege engines were massive wooden structures, roofed to protect soldiers from arrows raining down from above. To withstand flaming arrows and boiling oil, the ancients covered these machines with wet animal hides, often horse or cow hides. More importantly, the head of the ram used to bash the gates was often carved into the shape of a beast to increase intimidation.
Look at that monstrosity.
It is very likely
really
that Greek
think it will
soldiers
work?
called this machine the horse,
apart already. A strong gust of wind and it's over.
as military slang. So the story of Trojans pulling the horse in could be a poetic euphemism for the fact that the Greeks used a battering ram to smash the gates.
Charge! Push forward! Do not let them escape!
And Troy fell. There was no gift.
Get down!
Only
We're
pure
surrounded.
violence. The image of the siege machine was romanticized into a magical horse. History is written by the victors. And they love a beautiful story. But if it wasn't a machine, could it be the wrath of nature? Let's move to the second hypothesis: earthquake. But there is another hypothesis, supported by geologists themselves.
The offset confirms the previous readings. We are looking at significant movement here.
The data correlates perfectly with the surface rupture.
In mythology, Poseidon is the god of the sea. But he has two other titles: god of horses and the Earthshaker, god of earthquakes. Excavations at the Troy V cultural layer show that the walls were not only burnt,
near the legendary site of ancient
but
Troy,
also shifted and
the
cracked
seismic tension is
in
palpable
patterns
along
typical
these
of an
major
earthquake.
fault lines.
Imagine, the Greeks are laying siege in despair.
The ground! Earthquake! To the horse! Look out!
Suddenly, a massive earthquake strikes, collapsing part of Troy's walls. To the ancients, this was Poseidon, the horse god, helping them.
To the victory!
They poured in through the breach created by the gods. Through hundreds of years of oral tradition,
in these very woods lived spirit who guarded the oldest trees.
the event of walls collapsing due to the horse god's rage gradually transformed into a giant wooden horse filled with soldiers. A brilliant metaphor replaced the dry truth. Machine or nature? The truth probably lies somewhere in between. Whether it was a leather-clad war machine, a terrifying earthquake, or truly a wooden horse full of trickery. The fate of Troy remains unchanged. The city fell. The civilization withered away. The story of the Trojan horse lives on. Not because of its historical accuracy, but because of its profound life lesson. The most dangerous enemy is not the one holding a sword in front of you, but the one bearing sweet words and unexpected gifts. Complacency is the Trojan horse within each of us. Which hypothesis do you believe? Siege engine or earthquake?
Earthquakes can be caused by seismic activity or by the force of a siege weapon. Earthquakes.
Goodbye, and see you again.
Thanks for watching.